Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to. Wow, it's been months since we last did a play and talk, didn't we, Shadowhawk?
Yeah, been a while because I just moved into a new place, and so I just had to get everything situated. So I was just not available to go and stream.
Yeah, and best of all, we got a guest here with us tonight. Erin Greene.
Yeah, very much glad that for them to come aboard.
Okay, can you hear us, Erin?
Okay, there we go. Now I can.
All right. Okay. So, Erin, good to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So, to start things off, let's start with something really big. Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. I did not see that coming.
Neither did I. I honest to God just thought that the whole thing, though, that it was just not going to be happening considering how big it is, but turns out that Microsoft thought it was worth the cost.
Yeah, they're going to be buying for nearly $69 billion. Nice. Yeah.
I don't know, y'all can inform me on what I don't know, which is quite a bit, about the issue, but hold on, I know a little bit about it. Did they work on what's the word I'm looking for? Did they work on reducing their social problems, so to speak?
Well, that's basically because currently they're already in the acquisition stage, though. It's just that they have things have to go through the law and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the idea is supposed to be that that as over time that they will be getting rid of that. So most likely Kotick will most likely be removed, since he's just someone who usually leadership has major big shakeups, and he's just the sort of person who would just take a payout and then just exits the stage.
Right. Yeah, so essentially he was at best complacent to a lot of the problems that's been plaguing Activision and Blizzard. You probably heard a lot about that in the news.
And I had an Xbox One until about 7-8 months ago, maybe a little longer. I gave it to my grandson. He's 13, and he absolutely loves it. But I played and had Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls for a year. I love that game. I might get it for the PC, to be honest. I think it's available for the PC.
Yeah, it's available for the PC. Like Diablo 2, though, I'm very hesitant on getting it myself because of all the problems Blizzard and Activision has been facing. Like, all the shooting people involved.
If they can dump that segment of their workforce and become a better company again, then I don't have a problem paying for it. But I'm just like with J.K. Rowling or just like with other people, I'm not going to support bigotry.
Yeah,
Fair.
That's completely fair. In addition, it seems like as if in response, Sony, who runs the like PlayStation stuff, like games, consoles, you name it, they've bought Bungie.
Something like a little over $3 billion for that. I wonder if maybe because of Microsoft making those kind of big moves, Sony was feeling more like they have to do the same.
Could be.
That's why, yeah.
My corpse is just like hopping along. That is the charm of this play and talk. While we play and talk at the same time, shenanigans like this happen. Anyway, so if you're wondering about what Bungie is about, they made the like some of the Halo games, such as the first 3 Halo games, and Halo Reach and
Halo Reach.
Halo Reach and Halo ODST, if memory serves me right.
Yep.
Yeah. So and recently, Bungie has been making has made the Destiny games, and currently working on the further expansions for Destiny 2.
No, I have heard.
I think a new project on the way as well.
Yeah.
I have heard some good things about the Destiny games, and I've been maybe thinking. I'm not really big on first-person shooters. I prefer MMORPGs. I mean, I've been playing those for lordy, a long 25 years, long time. And another question I want to ask you too, also because you're clearly far more knowledgeable about the issue than I am. But I've been seeing some stuff about not so much just Blizzard, but other companies as well, either not paying them enough or not treating their devs right. What do you think about that?
That is a very good question with a complicated answers. We would refer to a developer such as Game Dev. They go anonymously to protect their identity and stuff. There's a lot to it's also a lot to take in with some of the crunch stuff. It's a lot that requires. Yeah, unionizing is a good one, for example. Not the silver bullet as some may think.
Huh. Yeah, like I said, I know very little about the issue. It's just what I've seen over the last month or so in some of the gaming forums and stuff that I've kind of skimmed through. The only one that I really pay any much, I don't want to say any attention, but much attention to is Elder Scrolls Online, and my particular setup, I have like, oh lordy, 20-30 mods through Steam.
Ooh.
And I went to check out because somebody said the other day you could look and find out how many hours you have on a game for Steam and other games too, but especially for Steam. And I thought, that'd be cool. I want to check it out. I probably got 400 or 500 hours on Steam for Elder Scrolls. Oh no, honey, I got like 3,700 hours.
Holy crap! I think that's longer than my brother has ever played.
Yeah. I've been playing Elder Scrolls for a long time. I have 2 characters that are level 50 CP, like 300, and the only reason that they're not more is because I write, I sell books online, I do digital art online, I'm now doing my Twitch show online,
Ooh.
and I also work full time. So
Yeah, so that's some pretty big news in the gaming industry. Anyway, so has anyone been catch up on shows like The Legend of Fox Machina and The Book of Boba Fett?
I have this one, but I've so far been a bit behind with it. I only haven't seen the most recent one, and haven't seen only the most recent episode. And what was the other one?
The Legend of Fox Machina.
I haven't seen that one yet, just because I've been behind on my show watching.
Yeah, you have Amazon Prime, right?
no idea what you
Amazon Prime, yes. I'm excited to watch the other one just because I've been behind on my streaming shows.
Yeah, so The Legend of Fox Machina is an animated adaptation of Critical Role's first campaign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Critical Role is one of the most popular D&D streams out there.
Probably the most popular D&D stream I can think of.
Yeah. Second place would be Dimension 20.
See, until I started playing on yours, because I play every Saturday on Nord's
Campaign, yeah.
D&D. Plug for Nord's D&D. Plug. I didn't even know that people did it on Twitch. I knew they did gaming on Twitch, video games, but I didn't even know that they did that kind of stuff. And in fact, it was Nord's stream that gave me the idea because I tried streaming games on Twitch, and it's just, I love video games, obviously, especially Elder Scrolls. But streaming video games is just not me. But when I started watching, because I watched before I played, and when I started watching Nord's D&D stream, I was like, I could do something like that, and I kind of putzed around like a little while for it, and I was like, you know what? I'd just rather do a talk show.
Glad that an inspiration. I mean it. Right?
Oh, very much so.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, did someone cut off the mic for, because of connection issues? Just want to make sure.
As far as I know, I don't have it.
Yeah. And in addition, there's SpiderMan No Way Home. I've watched that movie all the way back in December, right away when it came out, like a week or so, I think. It's amazing.
I saw it about a couple weeks after it came out, just because I was so busy with moving in. I basically had zero time to actually have to myself, or for my partner. Like, we were basically going overtime on making sure we had our place finished. And one day, since we just knew we needed a break, we were just like, okay, let's just go see this movie, just because we both wanted to see it, and we had a great time with it.
Yeah.
It's exactly what we did.
It is an excellent movie. So we probably probably heard about the open secrets before the movie came out, such as that touched on the multiverse of previous the Spider-Man continuities, at least in the live action movie segment of Spider-Man.
I've seen, oh lordy, which ones have I seen? I've seen 2 movies of Spider-Man. The very first one, like, well, I say wait, you know.
Back in the 70s?
The what?
Is it the Sam Raimi one back in 2002?
Yes.
Oh, that was a long ass time ago.
Well, you know, I'm a boomer. And then, what was the other one?
There are 3 movies in Sam Raimi's trilogy, 2 for the Amazing Spider-Man movie, and 3 solo MCU Spider-Man movies, just to specify.
I'm trying to remember, you know, the villain in each one. I think the villain in one is Doc Ock.
Okay, so Green Goblin in the first Sam
and then the Green Goblin, yeah.
Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Venom, Sandman, and the new Goblin. I'm sorry. In the reboot, the Lizard. First reboot, I should specify. In the second, whole bunch of villains. Let me just take a breather. Electro, Goblin, and the Rhino, which the Rhino doesn't even appear that much. In Spider-Man: Homecoming, set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Vulture. In the second MCU Spider-Man, Far From Home, Mysterio. Yeah, Mysterio's the bad guy, big surprise. And
I know the names of those, but I really don't know anything about them.
Yes. There was a lot to explain about superhero and supervillain stuff.
I'm sure. I mean, I can look them up later, but yeah, but that, excuse me. Sorry for coughing on Mike, but that would definitely be something I would be interested in looking up. You know, yeah. I mean,
I do recommend watching the catching up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You're gonna have a great time.
I've been reading comics. Oh lordy, my first one, I think, was in '68 or '69, because I know it was right before the brain part, moon landing. And then I found quite a few years later they did a reprint that was huge. It was like, I don't know, 24 inches tall, something like that. It was the original Batman, the very first.
Batman's very first appearance.
Issue. What's that?
Batman's very first appearance in a comic book.
Yes, it was the very first issue. And I always thought it was kind of interesting too how, you know, if you're going, because there are some versions of Joker that I like, and some I'm definitely not familiar of, fond of.
Yeah, like Joaquin Phoenix's take on the Joker in the Joker's movie. I've heard some mixed things about that movie. Like, it's like pretentious misery point, as I would say.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. And then, you know, because I'm an originalist as far as a lot of media goes. You know, with Batman, the Joker and Batman created each other originally because the Joker was a crook, just a regular, you know, I mean, he's psychopathic and whatever, but just a regular crook. And he is the one who killed Batman's parents.
In the 1989 movie.
Right, and then Batman grew up, you know, being a crime fighter. Yeah,
crime fighter.
Whether they form words, a crime fighter. And in that particular episode, he was fighting who would later be the Joker, and his thugs in this chemical warehouse for some reason. I mean, I don't remember.
You're thinking of the 1989 Tim Burton movie where it combines Joe Chill and the Joker into one character.
I mean, that may be, but this was in the original comic, and he either punched the Joker or whatever, I can't remember, and he knocked him off the catwalk into a vat of chemicals, and that's what turned him into the Joker. Now then, I did not like Jack Nicholson's version of it. I like Jack Nicholson as an actor. I just did not like him as the Joker.
It didn't show with you as a Joker?
The what?
I'm
sorry.
I haven't actually seen him personally, seeing it, because honestly, in general, I just found I didn't really like Batman 89 all that much. I mean, it was just a thing for me of he was good with what he did as Bruce, but as Batman, kind of iffy. I kind of felt that way with Jack Nicholson because he was hyped up to me, and then when I watched it, I'm just kind of, what am I watching here, really? It just kind of felt like kind of a, what's it called, though? I think it's like a stunt hire, I think it was, just because he was a big actor, so Warner Brothers was basically just trying to get someone who was also big and that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I really do like Jack Nicholson's take on the Joker. And what was the guy's name who played that version of Batman and the Vulture in Spider-Man: Homecoming? I forget.
Michael Keaton, that was his
Keaton.
name.
Okay, Michael Keaton. Thank you.
I think
I like his version of Batman overall, but it's just I think though that it's just I find his portrayal of Bruce to be much more something that I like. In particular, mainly because he's more of a socially awkward version of the character, which I feel for me was just kind of okay. Well, I think that's kind of different because we don't ever really see that much if at all.
Yeah.
Right. I think my two favorites, and they're kind of polar opposites, obviously. My favorite Batman and my favorite Joker. My favorite Joker would have to be Heath Ledger.
Oh, same. Least favorite, Jared Leto. What the
And
hell,
then my favorite except for one thing, my favorite Batman would have to be Christian Bale. And the whole... I love the movies with one exception, and it drives me up a wall with that whole, I'm going to speak in a really deep, raspy voice thing, and that's...
Where is it? Where's the button? The number's missing. Where is it?
And it's very
I'm
clear,
sorry,
even by the
I'm Batman, I have a cold. No.
Especially when even by the second movie, you can tell that his voice is straining beyond what he can actually put out there. He just physically can't do it.
Yeah. Other than that, I thought he brought a lot to the role. I think also, excuse me, let me think. I know the actor, brain part, Ra's al Ghul. Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, yeah.
Yeah, he's also, I like him as an actor as well. What was the movie, there's two of them, what was the movie he did where, like, they kidnapped his daughter?
Taken. Come on,
yes,
we all know
Taken,
the line.
yeah.
We all know the line.
And then, have you ever seen, The History of Violence?
History of Violence, no.
Oh, I'm telling you, you need to see that, because it starts out, to make a long story short, because I don't want to take up the whole thing, but it starts out with this guy who looks like and I think it's Liam Neeson, who looks like your average high school biology teacher, and he's got a wife, and he's got, I don't think he's got kids, but he's got a wife, and he lives in a small town, and whatever, and then these assassins come after him for some reason, and,
Yeah, and they kidnap his daughter, it says... Yeah, I have a particular set of skills that you would not imagine. I will find you. I will track you down. All that jazz.
Right. Sort of like that, yeah. And I don't remember I don't think he had kids, and I don't remember if his wife died in the first part of the film or whatever. When he starts showing the violence or whatever. But then after that, you find out that he was basically a hitman and a badass one. Of course, it's his movie. He's the star and whatever. But
yeah.
And then another movie, while I'm thinking about it, because I have ADHD, squirrel, is one of my favorites, and I love the actor, Sean Connery. I don't like him as a person, but I love the actor. Is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I love that.
I like that movie as well, but I've heard it didn't do very well at the with reception-wise and stuff. Just like it's a nice movie. It's based on a comic book by Alan Moore, so Alan Moore is always going to be bitter about his adaptations and stuff. So
I'm also a huge fan of steampunk. I write steampunk as well, so
yeah,
among other genres.
Oh, speaking of Zack Snyder, I'm not sure I like his take on Batman.
I can't, I mean, nobody's really done horrible but I just
Yeah, Ben Affleck, he got the physical look down, like the big buff guy. I really do like the action sequences of him taking down thugs left and right. Just like that is like he does the physical parts down, but him as like a moral as a character. My thoughts are just about the same as when Superman snaps sucks.
For me, for Ben Affleck, 2 movies describe my feeling of him as an actor. One I absolutely adored, and one I absolutely hated. And the one that I hated was Daredevil. Absolutely hated that movie. The logic problems, the whatever in it was just, you see, I mean, as far as the character goes, for the most part, he did okay. Excuse me, but the screenwriters, like at the very beginning, he turns his stereo up, because he's using sound. He turns his stereo up or whatever, okay, and yet at the end, what was the villain's name? Bullshot?
Bullseye.
Uses sound to disrupt him. Wait, what? No, and the whole fight with what's her name, Carmen, on the teeter-totter. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so so Daredevil's scene is like he's blind, but his other senses are enhanced.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I've been reading that comic for quite a few years too. But the movie I did like him in, and I loved the movie, and I've seen it I don't know how many times, and I like most of the actors in it, was Dogma.
Never heard of Dogma. Well, vaguely, but
maybe. My God. You need to watch that movie, honey. I'm telling you, because what it is to make a long story short again. I can't remember the actress's name, but she is the last of the line, the Last Cyan, they call her in the movie, of Jesus Christ. And Chris Rock comes back from the dead as not an angel, but a sort of a spirit to convince her, and of course she thinks he's off his rocker. That she's the Last Cyan and whatever. And Matt Damon and Ben Affleck play 2 angels who are bent on both killing her and starting Armageddon not starting Armageddon and destroying creation entirely.
Yes,
absolutely great movie.
That sounds epic. Where can I find it on? Don't think I can find much options for physical copies, so what about streaming?
I don't know. You could probably find it like Amazon or whatever. Let me look up here. Amazon.
I was also thinking Netflix.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Let's see. Let's do whoops.
Speaking of Daredevil, Charlie Cox just played the latest version of Daredevil in the Netflix series of the same name. And surprisingly, he's in this latest SpiderMan movie, and the Kingpin from the show is in Hawkeye, the miniseries.
Right. It is not available anywhere online. Not streaming, not downloaded.
You're kidding me.
No, and there's a link on YouTube, and it's only 56 seconds long, but Kevin Smith explains why Dogma isn't available online.
Dogma made that? Dogma's made by Kevin Smith?
Yes. Well, he's also in the movie. He and Jay and Silent Bob are in the movie. And it's really absolutely great because he actually has one line in the movie, and it's not a spoiler for the rest of the plot or whatever, so I can tell you, but they're on a train. And the 2 angels who are bent on destroying creation are also on the train. And they are going along, and I forget who it was. Might have been Chris Rock or one of the angels anyway, is fighting a demon, I think. And they literally physically kick him off the train. And hold on just a second. Let me get the line right.
Dead.
Okay, no, that's Rufus. I don't want Rufus. I want where is it? Oh yeah, Silent Bob. So it's the only line he has in the entire movie. I take that back. There's two of them. Okay. So they throw Bartleby and Loki off a train, and he's walking back to his seat, and they cut another person riding the train is just looking at him, kind of freaked out, and he looks at him. He goes, "No ticket."
Yeah.
And then Rufus, who is played by Chris Rock, this is at the end of the movie, says to Jay and Silent Bob, "If you clean up your language, I just might put in a good word for you, too." And Silent Bob says, "Thanks." That's his only 2 lines in the movie. Because he's, Silent Bob.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd like to get back to Shuttlehawk. So, out of the stuff for say the Marvel stuff of last year, which one was your favorite?
It's kind of a hard one though, because it actually was a pretty strong year overall though, with the streaming and such though.
Yeah.
Because I have to say though, between WandaVision being there was a great one.
Oh yeah, WandaVision. Aaron, if you got Disney Plus,
really
get
stuff, though.
yeah. So Aaron,
I'm sorry, when you're both talking at once, I can't differentiate voices.
all right. So
Sure, I get you.
sorry about that. So Shuttlehawk. So
I'm looking at the wiki right now.
yeah. So if you have Disney Plus, Aaron, yeah, watch WandaVision. It is a really good show, but you need to catch up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe first. All their movies and stuff aren't there, except for the SpiderMan movies and the Incredible Hulk.
So it's always just something that where, I'm really just curious as to how, especially where season 2 will go, though. I'm just curious to see how that whole thing goes.
Yeah, she's gonna be in the second Doctor Strange movie. Yeah,
I'm curious
yeah,
to see how much plus is. I don't have it.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, Disney Plus is about $7 or $8 a month. No biggie.
I do say though that it just depends on how often you think you're going to use it. If you don't think you're going to use it that much, I say yeah, just don't try to put money for it though. But I would say otherwise, it's more than worth it. I would say.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just because with everything that I'm doing with the writing and the working and the Twitch and whatever.
And yeah, you may not want the extra time. You may not want the extra time sinks though that you would have. So it makes sense.
Right, and then most of my quote-unquote free time or leisure time is spent doing one of 2 things. Either watching YouTube music reaction videos, because I love music, or dinosaur / cosmology / astronomy / physics documentaries. Huge fan.
With, fair.
Watch my back.
But if I had more leisure time, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, my biggest what's actually kind of confounding is that the critical reception towards the Eternals is not good, which is really surprising. It's I thought it was decent at least.
Because I actually really liked that movie.
Yeah. So the Eternals is it's about this group of immortal superpowered beings tasked by the Celestials. You know what I'm talking about, Aaron?
Vaguely. I mean, I heard a few things about it. I've heard one negative thing about it, but it wasn't about the show. It was about some people's reaction.
Yeah, the movie. It's a movie, not a show.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, and the reaction I heard was that some people online were criticizing it because they had a deaf, basically super.
A deaf superhero who has super speed.
Right, and they had a deaf character on there, and they were like, "Oh my God, I don't know why it's the whole thing again of I don't know why you had a female Thor, I don't know why you had a black Batman or Superman, I don't know why you had whatever, and I'm not saying that white cis males can't be represented, but they are the majority and have been for decades, and it is about time that other people from marginalized communities got represented. And when people say, and they've said many times online, you can see it everywhere, I don't know why comics are getting political. Have you never read the comics? They've always
first issue of Captain America has him punching Hitler on the cover.
Yay!
Off their shields.
Like, seriously.
Yep, they've always been political. They're just not focused on, and to be fair, to some extent, I wouldn't say the majority, but a large portion of comic book readers and movie franchises and whatever that are made from comic books or that stem from comic books, a lot of them are white males. And I'm not faulting them merely for being white males. But when you have a toxic fanboy base like that, or you have people, a woman will wear a t-shirt for a band or, an Iron Man t-shirt or whatever, and some schmuck comes up to her and start quizzing her about, did you know this about Iron Man, or do you know that about Iron Man, or whoever.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate that people have that mindset. Why can't people just let people enjoy what they want?
Or like people complain about Brie Larson since she was Captain Marvel. And Captain Marvel, both it and Black Panther has earned about $1 billion each at the box office.
Yeah, and I think that and the thing, one of the things I liked especially about Black Panther, which I have not yet seen, by the way, but I'd want to.
Yeah, it's really good. It's one of the best Marvel Cinematic Universe movies out there.
There was I can't remember who it was, but somebody was trolling a Republican politician, and said something to the effect of, what do you think about the situation in Wakanda, the political situation in Wakanda?
I've heard about this. I've heard.
And so the Republican politicians started mouthing off about this and that and whatever. And it's the Marvel Black Panther country / universe, and it was just hilarious because they clearly had no idea what the person was talking about. Yeah.
Just throw that in the comic or movie or show, like Marvel Disney Plus show, movie, or in a comic book, with the situation lifted from real life, put it in the comic or whatever. You're golden, and that's all she wrote.
And my last comment on games in general, I mean, you guys can obviously still talk about more, but my last opinion on games in general is there's only one person shooter that I've ever liked.
Oh my god! Dalish Elf is ready with 15 viewers! Holy shit!
The what?
Dalish Elf,
Oh, Dalish?
Dalish Elf, yeah. Whoop, wrong command.
But the one, I sort of kind of liked Fallout. Was it 76 or
Fallout 76? Yeah. So, which
it's the one where they start you out in the bunker.
Watch my back. There's like a couple Fallout games that starts you out in one of those Fallouts. Fallout 1, Fallout 3, and Fallout 76. Oh, and technically Fallout 4, since you start out before the Great War, and then you go to Fallout 111, and then you've been put to cryostasis. Right.
This was where the character's father was a scientist or something, and then it was
played by Liam Neeson. Funny enough,
I can't remember what the leader's name was.
The Overseer.
Overseer. Yes, that's it. That one I kind of sort of liked. But the one I liked a lot and completely sucked it. I really sucked at first-person shooters. Horrible. If you ever got into a team match or something, I am the last person you want there, unless you want them to fall over my dead body.
So when you play Fallout 3, you probably relied a lot on VATS because.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a clutch for anyone not good at first-person shooters.
But the one I really, really liked, and it was partly because I did like the mechanics a little bit, but partly just the whole attitude of the game. Borderlands 3.
Oh. Yeah, speaking of Borderlands 3, the Gearbox, there's some really messed up shenanigans at Gearbox. So long story short, Randy Pitchford has made some pretty weird and questionable decisions over the years, like getting into a fight with the guy who voiced Claptrap. Yeah, the original guy. They changed voices.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how I would let you know.
Oh, it's so weird.
What was so weird?
Oh, then the fight with Claptrap, I'm just like, that just sounds weird, but okay.
Yeah, there was a fist. I don't quote me on this because it's been a while and I may have gotten it.
I remember those details from back then. They're kind of hazy because they were so long ago.
Yeah.
But I do remember him saying that.
Yeah, and all about payment and stuff, and it's like, screw it, I'm gonna leave, that sort of thing. And it's been said that he has left a 90 Pitchfork has left a has accidentally left a USB drive with some questionable material in them.
On the wiki, it says Claptrap was voiced by David Eddings.
Yeah, that's him.
I didn't know that. Is that the author, David Eddings?
I have no idea. Sorry.
That would be interesting to find out because I'm a huge fan. If it is, it probably is.
It's probably a different person. I'm not quite sure.
I have the Belgariad and the Dreamer series and a whole bunch of other stuff by David Eddings. But anyway, was voiced by David Eddings in Borderlands, but has been replaced by a new voice actor, Jim Paranda, Borderlands 2, after controversy surrounding it. Or Eddings claimed that the Gearbox CEO assaulted him, calling him bitter and disgruntled after being fired from his job as vice president of business development.
Yeah. There's been a lot of really weird shenanigans going on at Gearbox. Like, there's been a lot of backlash towards their release with the release for the Aliens Colonial Marines. Long story short, it's very buggy. That game was very buggy, not very good. Yeah, it's like a trip down memory lane. Holy shit.
What actor could play Claptrap on screen? Gearbox members suggested Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson as Claptrap. Actually,
it would be fun. Or Bill Murray. Bill Murray, I think, would be awesome.
I think it was actually Jack Black who was attached to play as
Wait, but it was announced that Jack Black will voice Claptrap in the upcoming Borderlands movie. I did not know they made a movie. I will have to look at that up.
They're still making it.
It's not fair. Well, that's like,
it's gonna take a while. I didn't want to ruin your enjoyment of Borderlands.
We're still waiting on George R.R. Martin, and the other half of Dune. Don't get me started on Dune because I have all 26 books in the series and I could talk for like 6 hours on that one alone.
Oh yeah, so actually the second half of the of Doom Eternal's expansion has been out. Shit. Yeah, so yeah, and since Bethesda's now part of Xbox, you can now get the game for free as part of Game Pass, which is really neat.
Dune Part 2.
Doom Eternals. It's Doom Eternal. I don't know what the expansion is called, but it's split into two parts.
Let's see.
And yeah, one of the first line in the MC Ninja Kitten, thank you! Thank you, MC Ninja Kitten, for the follow. Thank you so much.
Follows are appreciated. Definitely. Believe me, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Batman, is everyone looking forward to the Batman movie next month? One with Robert Pattinson in it?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping I can be able to see it on opening weekend. I'm hoping so anyway.
A lot of people, to my knowledge, complained about it initially because they're like, oh my god, he's a Twilight actor. But you know what?
Lighthouse. Has anyone seen Lighthouse?
That's just a role that he played, and he did not write the script. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying.
So I don't blame him in any way, shape, or form for. I don't like Twilight, but I don't blame him in any way, shape, or form for that. And I've seen other clips of different things that he played, and I think he'd do fine at it. I'm still Go ahead. I'm still geeking out over reading over Dune.
Yeah. Dune. Dune or Doom. You gotta like mix up between Doom and Doom, which like they sound similar.
Right. Dune, the Sandworm movie. We'll put
that one. Oh, and we're thinking Doom is something like rip and tear until it's done. It's just like, oh my god.
Dune Part 2 is official. Villeneuve told blah 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 blah.
We must have a slight miscommunication. I'm so sorry.
Sequel. I'm just curious if they make the characters, because nobody in the Dune franchise, I love Frank Herbert's writing. Nobody in the Dune franchise is a good guy. Period. Gurney Halleck is an assassin. Duncan Idaho is an assassin.
Ooh.
Paul's mother Jessica is a mass murderer. Paul himself, during the Jihad, had 80 planets 100% sterilized. Not even microbes lived on them. So, nobody's a good... I mean, he's brilliant writing, and I've got all the books. Physically, I've got all the books on ebook form, and I have all the books in audiobook form. And
Nice.
It's my favorite series ever.
I honestly misheard you saying Dune as Doom, and we were like, Dune in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and to be fair, also, you're not the first person who's told me that, and they're like, what? What do you mean by worm? Oh, Dune! I thought Doom,
They just sound so similar, it's easy to mix them up.
You're like, wait, what? So,
Taking fire.
back to what you're playing.
Yeah, we're playing Halo Infinite. It's made by some of the people who were at Bungie and then moved to make a new company with Microsoft called 343 Studios.
Now this looks familiar. Like maybe I was watching DFG playing it.
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
And this is Snarky. Yeah, this is Snarky, I think.
Yes.
And
Those two-
it's Murphy. Yeah, they're good people.
And you don't want to have DFG driving any of your vehicles. I mean, he does fair otherwise, but he completely sucks at driving. Love you, DFG, but yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh god. Thanks for the warning. Whoa. I completely forgot which one is melee and which one is my ability.
Your ability is RB.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
So, okay, definitely looking forward to Robert Patterson's take on Batman, though. I just couldn't help but find, like, Movie Bob Chipman, real name, bit of a piece of shit. He could not stop complaining about
It's just that I just don't really, because it's the thing is that with him is that I do like many of his critical takes, but there are just some though that he's just so attached to that it just comes across as like, why does it upset you that one? Like he is like super adamantly hating the Amazing Spider-Man films. Like I never watched them, but even if I were to take the worst takes that I've seen on it, I would just go, but why does it upset you to that extent?
Yeah,
like I like the Maguire takes movies on there though. Like I consider the first two great. I consider the third one, if not really, I wouldn't go as far as to say bad. I just think it was just more of just something that was just a very messy movie. But as far as it, I'm just kind of like, but why does like those two movies in particular like hurt you so much? Like, did someone hit you while wearing a shirt with them? Like, what's the deal? And I've seen him have like similar shocking takes on the new one as well.
I remember when
I detest the first Dune movie. I've said before that even with and I love Patrick Stewart. Even with Patrick Stewart's acting, he could not save the Dune movie, and it's so wooden that they should have burned the forest down and killed all the actors there. Because
that's such a nice joke. Wow.
But I mean, there were parts, graphically that were okay, and there were parts, of the storyline that were kind of okay. But the Dune movie itself, was just the first one
back in the 80s, right?
Yeah, just flat out no. And then the second one, the miniseries, Children of Dune, was better. But that would be like saying, if the first Dune movie was on a scale of 1 to 10 was a 1, which would be a 1 for me. The Children of Dune would be about a 5, maybe.
Yeah.
So it was better, definitely, but still. And I like Susan Sarandon as an actress, but her role as Wenceslas, just no. So, yeah.
Yeah, are you interested in watching the recent Star Wars movies, by the way, Aaron? I do recommend them.
I haven't, to be fair to anyone watching or any other person, who happens to love the Star Wars movies. I'm more of a Trek fan than I am Star Wars. But not that I dislike Star Wars. And to be honest, let me think. I've only seen the original 3. I haven't seen no. Let me think. What's the one with the Ewoks?
Episode 6.
Okay, and I've seen that one. That's the only ones I've seen.
Yeah, so there's the prequel trilogy, episodes 1, 2, and 3 with Anakin Skywalker, also known as Darth Vader, and the sequel trilogy with starring Rey.
And I've seen clips on YouTube and whatever. I would be curious if there was any. I'm sure they're on a streaming service anywhere.
The Star Wars movies are on Disney Plus.
Okay, because I might for a while get on Disney Plus then, because I would be interested in obviously I couldn't do it all in one day, but over a period of a weekend or a couple of weeks or whatever, watching all the movies but in chronological order, so not so much the first 3 from the 70s, but watching them in the order that they supposedly took place in,
Yeah, so episodes 1, 2, and 3, then the solo movie, then Rogue One, then episodes 4, 5, and 6, and then 7, 8, and 9. And that's not including the spin-off shows like Clone Wars, Rebels.
I watch that Boba Fett too.
Yeah, Boba Fett, Mandalorian, and that's the current continuity, by the way. So when Disney bought Lucasfilms, they rebooted the Star Wars series. So that means prior to newer releases, only the 6 films and the Clone Wars CGI cartoon are canon. And going forward, everything that they practically for the most part, everything they posted is canon. For the most part, because the Visions anime anthology series, it's they say that it has to be beholden to canon all that much, so keep that in mind.
While Studio 100% avoiding I think it was 79 Star Wars
holiday special. Watch the Lego version. Watch the Lego version.
Yeah, and I think there's actually, I might get that for my grandson because he likes Star Wars. I think there's a Lego Xbox game or something.
Get the Skywalker Saga, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, they work their asses off, but
his birthday's coming up in a couple of months, so and he's 13. He likes Star Wars. He has 2 pet rats. And he's getting his dad is buying him.
I actually got an idea. I actually got a bit of an idea. Maybe we can do the Star Wars marathon with him, since he likes Star Wars.
The Bearded Dragon. He's doing a Bearded Dragon, so I'm gonna. In fact, he told me, so I'm looking it up because I didn't even know what it was, and I'm looking it up, and he says, and they have costumes for them, and I'm like, what? So I went to Amazon because I look on Amazon for everything initially. And I was like, cool, they have costumes, it's $15. It's not, not bad. I can get 1 or 2 costumes. He goes, no, go to PetSmart. Same costume, $5. However, I have a friend who makes props, steampunk props.
Nice.
And so my grandson doesn't know it, but once he gets the Bearded Dragon, I'm going to get the dimensions, and I'm going to have my friend make it with Velcro straps so that it's adjustable, if it grows or whatever. But we're gonna make it a suit of armor.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, hey guys, I'm gonna have to be logging off though, just because I'm starting to have a bit of a headache though. Yeah, so I think I just.
There's the thing about the sequel trilogy that the last film has received some production issues because of Carrie Fisher's death back in 2016. So if you're wondering why Leia is in that movie, but her actress is dead, they used archived footage from that they.
Well, hey Nord, just so you know that I gotta get going then, since I got some stuff that I have to take care of.
Yeah.
At least it was good to be able to play and talk with you guys though, and hopefully I'll be able to do it again soon.
And before you leave, should I reveal the spoilers to Erin for the sequel trilogy?
I would rather. Other movies, franchises, whatever. I don't really care. But those particular ones, I would rather not see the spoilers.
Fair
You
enough.
know, because
Fair enough.
I'm also thinking about maybe occasionally doing like movie reviews. You know.
Yeah.
So
if you ask me, I find that most of the I find that most of the prequel trilogy kind of boring, except for a few action sequences. I cannot say which, but I do enjoy episode 3. Didn't really enjoy episodes 1 and 2 because I just find most of those two movies boring. A boring Star Wars movie, if you ask me, is not a good Star Wars movie.
Okay, hold on for just a second here. Lexus, I hope you have a great night. I hope you get to feeling better.
Yeah. Same. So, yeah. So, this might be my last match. My last match or two. It's been great, Erin. So yeah. So we're here. My overall thoughts on the on each of the Star Wars movies. So, we all love the original trilogy. So let's get out of the way.
Yeah.
So,
and I like the universe. I happen to like Star Trek universe better. And there's a video, I think it's College Humor, I'm not sure, that you should check out called "Why the Star Trek Universe Sucks." It is really awesome.
Oh, I've heard a similar thing from Cracked. Coincidence?
Maybe it's Cracked. Yeah, it's Cracked. It's Cracked. You're right.
Yeah,
right.
it's like a communist dystopian, like Federation as like communist dystopian.
We're talking about it. Yeah, absolutely great. Another thing I like is brain fart.
Yeah, there's this guy who reviews...
Viva La Dirt League.
Sorry, what?
Viva La Dirt League. It's on Facebook, and they started out originally on Facebook, and then they put their videos on YouTube and whatever. What it is they started out with a channel, whatever, called Epic NPC Man, and then that just went
viral.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so they added what's the word I'm looking for? They added like RPG characters.
Oh, I think I've seen some of them. Might be something similar. I don't know.
They also do a retail version where same people are like Best Buy. They don't say Best Buy, but they're like Best Buy employees. They've done a version where they're PUBG, whatever. So yeah, it's absolutely great actors, great comedy, great writing. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, I got a lot to say. So if you want to know about my take on Star Wars, on these Star Wars movies, if you want to get information ahead, the original trilogy, absolutely recommend. The prequel trilogy, 1, 2 I find boring for the most part. 3 is good, but that does have fair share of problems. 7 is a hell of a comeback for Star Wars. Rogue One, magnificent movie. Just don't get too attached to the characters all that much. Fair warning.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, fair warning. Nearly everyone dies in. Well,
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Lovecraft, so I'm used to everyone dying.
That's fair. Episode 8. Manage your
cool.
expectations because it's gonna go into places that you may not expect.
Cool.
9.
I asked you a question, by the way, on your Discord.
Oh.
So
yeah. As soon as I wrap up a couple of topics, episode 9. It's gonna feel like an adrenaline rush or a roller coaster. It can feel a little rushed in some places with some plot choices that you may not agree with. Like with episode 8. Episodes 8 and 9, there will be some plot elements that you may not like for one reason or another. Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind.
But I think that an artist, whether it's written or visual media or whatever, should it's too long, but there's a really good quote by a character called Jubal Harshaw in Robert Heinlein's Stranger in a Strange Land. And to make a long story short, he says, that the artist should evoke some sort of emotion in the reader or viewer, and if not, then they haven't done their job right.
Yeah, I really did enjoy most of the Star Wars stuff. And speaking of Star Trek, there's this guy called Starfight Debris. He made a video about analysis video about what was the thing where the Federation cannot interfere in the lives of others on pre-developed planets. The Prime Directive. Prime Directive. Yeah. He says that that the way it's been implemented, that it's like not saving a baby from a burning car and calling yourself a hero for it.
Ugh.
Don't burn yourself, Spartan.
I happen to agree. I cannot be inclined to agree with this, and really, that's just there for Kurt to just break, because he's a rule breaker, and if he doesn't have rules to break, what is he then?
Right. Good point. Okay.
So yeah, so you want to promote your thing since?
Sure. Because I gotta log off and do some other stuff before I do that.
I'll be wrapping things up. Like I said, it's been great. It's been great seeing you on here. Maybe we can get out if we can try this again someday.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I am before my show on Friday, like what we did tonight. If you ever want to do anything like that, I mean, if you let me know early enough, if I am doing something, I'll let you know. And if not, then I have no problem coming on and yakking. Because like my first stream that I talked, where it wasn't a gaming stream, I was just talking. I talked for 3.5 hours, and that wasn't with a guest. So
that's a lot.
Oh, I'm Irish. I don't do long story short. My show on Twitch is called The Green Room, and that's with the E on the end of green. The Green Room with Erin Greene, also Greene. It is a talk show that that's not the sole content, but it tends to focus on LGBTQ issues. You go in a little bit about politics and books and movies and food and coffee, and then I also occasionally, like tonight, I'm doing a charity stream for the Trevor Project. That's a project. That's a charity that helps homeless LGBTQ youth.
Yeah, I think I'll be moderating that stream as well.
Yes. I asked Nord earlier, and I think he would do a great job at it. And because I've had a few trolls come in, because you know how trolls are. I've had a few trolls come in while I was doing the last stream, and I got so wrapped up in talking to the guest that I wasn't following the chat as well as I should have. And or was able to, or whatever, and so they were making negative comments and using slurs and whatever. And as soon as somebody alerted me to that, I banned them. I have no tolerance for that stuff. But to get back to it real quick, that's generally what the show's about. I asked a friend of mine for the logo itself. I asked a friend of mine to design me a logo, and I said I want something reminiscent of the talk shows of the 60s, because that was my favorite era for talk shows, and he did a phenomenal job, as you can see if you go onto my channel. Yeah. And then I also have some music that I got. It's an open source music platform, and I also have that link in my Twitch. And so my Twitch is the name is going to change here pretty soon, because Twitch only lets you do it. I think it's every 60 days or whatever. But so the initial link right now is twitch.tv/coffee with T Granny, and that's TGRANNY.
I will type that down. Give me a second.
Sure.
Twitch.tv/T-Coffee.
Coffee with T Granny. Just the letter T, not T like in TEA, just the letter T.
Yeah, T, okay.
And then when the name changes, and I will notify my viewers and let everybody know and whatever. When the name changes, it's going to be twitch.tv/The Green Room.
Yeah. Yep. And I think I'll also be on your stream next week, right?
Yes, and Nord will be on my stream next week. I focus, like I said, I don't focus solely on LGBTQ issues.
Yeah.
So the focus next week is going to be on autism.
Yep.
And what some of the groups who support autistic people do in a beneficial manner, and what some of the groups who unfortunately don't support autistic people but claim they do.
Yeah, like Autism Speaks. Yeah. Yeah. So, just so you know, what we said about for announcing streams and stuff. This is as in this video. I may upload this on YouTube at a later time, just so you know.
Oh, not a problem. And when Nord comes on my stream, I have the shout out capability. So I will obviously reciprocate and give shout outs to Nord as well.
Yep.
But bunch of people I follow on Twitch and on Twitter and whatever, from the Dogface Gamer to Mrs. Snarky, a Dalish Elf, Queen Shut It. I love Queen.
Yeah, Dalish Elf has raided me, so thank you for the raid, Dalish. Thank you so much.
Wait. Did Dalish do a raid?
Yes. Yes,
Sorry,
you did.
I'm running off at the mouth. Let me. Where? I hate my computer.
Oh,
there it is.
I sympathize.
There we go. Anyway, yeah. So that's awesome. Yeah. Well, Dalish is awesome. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm so happy for that. So, all right, and
you have 161 followers. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I've been doing this thing for about since I kind of started out in 2014 with a bit of a demo for Dragon Age Inquisition, and I officially started all the way back in 2016 when I started doing a stream trilogy run of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of doing it again with now that the Legendary Edition is out.
Yeah, I do. I don't, like I said, I don't do streaming games myself, but I do follow everybody that I follow for the most part. I mean, they'll do an occasional chat stream, but everybody that I follow for the most part does gaming streams, and I like watching them. I don't like playing them, but I do like watching other people play games, especially when they're good at it. But then also sometimes when they're not, because it's funny.
Yeah, like with Dogface Gamer's driving skills in games.
I'd have to say that probably my 5 favorite are Nord's channel, the Dogface Gamer, Mrs. Snarky, a Daily Shelf, Evans Murphy, maybe 5, 6, whatever. I mean, I could name them all. And Queen Shut It Down. Queen and also Super Murgatroyd supports a lot of streamers.
Yeah.
But Queen and especially Queen, those 3, Queen and Mrs. Snarky and
MC Ninja Kitten. Yeah, I think MC Ninja Kitten has followed me.
Yeah, and they're all just awesome, absolutely awesome people. So people should go to their Twitches and follow them, sub if you want.
Yeah.
I think they all have merch stores. I believe so. You can check that out as well. So I do want to get going here because I have some other stuff.
Yeah, same.
Well.
We'll be rating someone as well. So we'll be rating a burning jalapeno. So thank you, Erin, for joining us.
Not a problem.
Yeah,
let's go raid somebody.
Yeah, let's go raid. We're going to do a raid, and it looks like they're playing
English Raiders, son. We're going to do a raid on somebody. I think it's burning jalapeno that we're doing.
Yeah, and he's just starting as well, so perfect time for us. So here comes the cavalry. Good day. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
All right, bye bye.
Why is it not?
All right, disconnect. All right. Bye.